Hi, I'm Wendy Vecchi and I'm at Ranger. If you haven't tried my Perfect Card Adhesive, you'll want to try it after you see this video. I'll show you how you can even use it for a technique. Okay, let's talk about Perfect Card Adhesive. The name is perfect. It actually is Perfect Card Adhesive. It dries matte. It's very fluid. The bottle has a small tip, so you don't even need to add any fine detail tip to this. It shakes down from the bottle very easily. Even if there's half a bottle gone, you can still give it a good shake and it comes down. I have not had one complaint about the bottle clogging, which I think is a miracle. So that's really cool. It's just really a good adhesive. It's not instant grab, so that you have time to manipulate your pieces and make sure that they're on there straight or wherever you wanted to position them. This dries waterproof, which is really interesting. So that gives us another use for the Perfect Card Adhesive. But first, let me show you how small you can make your drops. I knew I would have die cuts with Ranger, and I knew a lot of them would be really small. So you can see the teeny tiny little dots that I can get for my die cuts. If it does seep out, it dries matte, so that's not a problem at all. It dries non-sticky, which is really amazing too. So you won't have any cat or dog hair stuck in it. Something to think about. Okay, since we know now that the Perfect Card Adhesive dries waterproof, let me show you a really cool technique. So I'm going to use my station, but I want to make sure that I cover it with my craft sheet. This is the new 9-inch craft sheet. Super stinking useful and cute. So first thing I'll do is put some Perfect Card Adhesive onto my craft sheet. And how much? About that much. I use the brayer and spread it around so that I have a thin layer. Okay, and then I'll take a rubber stamp and stamp into it. So instead of adding ink to my stamp, I added Perfect Card Adhesive. I'm going to scoot that out of the way. And I'll just press my tag on here. You don't want to leave this sit on here, otherwise you'll have your tag glued to your rubber stamp, which is not going to be a good thing. So I'll just take this off. I'll set those aside and Patty will help me clean those off out of camera. And then I'm going to make sure that this is dry. So if I see any shine at all, then I know it's wet. It's still wet. So I want to see almost nothing, and then I know it's completely dry. So when you look through the camera here, I'm sure that you really don't see too much. Okay. So that, I mean, that's kind of really a good demo too, and showing you how it's really dries as a matte finish. So now what I'll do is I'll take my Make Art blendable ink. When you first start with this, you'll notice that you really don't see a whole lot. The more ink you add, the better your pattern shows up. So now you can see that I've added more ink here. The more ink you add, you'll see all of that stamped image then. So it's really cool. It does look like it's been embossed, but it's not. So the difference is that this is a completely matte finish. It's not shiny, it's not raised. So it's Perfect Card Adhesive. So another way to use a product that's really cool, Perfect Card Adhesive.